Good morning, 9 a.m. on this Friday, 37 degrees, but we're actually seeing blue skies and sunshine outside, which is very, very nice, Patrick. A half hour left, my friend, then it's almost the weekend, right? It's been a long week.
It is. Think about it. It started off, first of all, we had a Bills loss to lament.
Yeah.
And then there was snow, and then it kind of was rainy and gloomy. So Friday, we kind of deserve this week we've trudged through, right?
Yeah, you look very cherubic right now. With the way the sun is shining down on you, you have like a little halo. You're kind of glowing. It's very nice.
I have been labeled many things. Cherubic is a new one.
Well, first time for everything.
I'm gonna take that word and file it in the.
You're like that little drawing of the little angel baby.
I'm gonna use that sometime down the road. Cherubic. All right.
It's a great word.
It really is. Actually, it's funny you say that. I have a bunch of people I know. I could consider 3 of them as cherubic looking, right? Just the way that their face sits in the glow and everything, so I totally get it. All right, there we go. I'll take it. We've got temperatures today that are going to climb into the mid-40s. The clouds, I know the satellite makes it look like it's cloudy. There are clouds, but they're thin, and the sun is able to peer through them, so it looks fine. Mid-40s at the door by this afternoon, rather, it's going to be dry. I cannot get over cherubic. All right, mid-30s tomorrow morning. And it looks like we'll see temperatures climb into the mid-50s tomorrow, but it will be rain, and it will be a little soggy Saturday afternoon. And then as we head to Sunday, temperatures are going to kind of level out and then fall throughout the day, kind of a little by little. We'll be in the mid-40s in the morning, but then upper 30s in the afternoon with some rain and snow showers, and then cool weather to start next week, Melissa. 30s on Monday. Yeah, I think next week's weather will be a little better than the evolution of this week's was.
Yeah, this week it was pretty nasty each day for multiple reasons, different reasons each day. So we're looking forward to some calm weather next week, which is actually interesting because a lot of the winter parking rules in Buffalo, they go into effect tomorrow along the bus routes. But the town of Tonawanda, we just heard, pushed back their winter parking restrictions until after Thanksgiving because there isn't really any snow in the forecast. So we'll keep an eye on that for our viewers and let you know if there are any winter parking changes. But no winter weather coming anytime soon. All right, Patrick, thank you. And our top stories this morning, we are working to learn more details about what some are calling an ice raid in Buffalo's Elmwood Village. And right now we're in the process of trying to verify the photos and video that's been circulating around social media showing several people being taken into custody in front of the Aguacates Mexican restaurant. The alleged incident did lead to dozens of people protesting right in front of the restaurant yesterday afternoon, and they held up signs saying things like "hands off our neighbors," and they chanted in unity. We have reached out to Homeland Security for more details, but they haven't gotten back to us. But the executive director of the Western New York Peace Center says she is concerned with the methods being used by federal agents.
Masked people, who are not even wearing any identification are doing this, are taking them down violently and abducting them. Not okay.
And again, we have reached out to Homeland Security for more details about what exactly happened yesterday. We've also reached out to Aguacates restaurant to learn more. We'll update you if we hear back. And a heads up to drivers in Niagara County this morning, the 190 southbound. There have been some delays there because of some issues with the 190 south section of the 190 south that's going over Niagara Falls Boulevard. It's closed until further notice. And this is a live look right now. Folks have to get off at exit 22, which is Niagara Falls Boulevard. Then they can get right back on the same on-ramp, but they just can't go over that bridge over Niagara Falls Boulevard because yesterday the bridge was hit by a truck carrying a shipping container yesterday morning. So there was some structural damage done to the bridge. Some emergency repairs are being done. But that backup, we've seen it all morning long. It's been about a half mile to a mile backup because there's that traffic light right there. So folks trying to get off the 190 have to sit at the traffic light in order to get back on. But we'll let you know when that section of the 190 South reopens. A woman has serious injuries this morning. She was hit by a car right near ECC North in Amherst last night. Amherst police tell us that around 9 last night, the 56-year-old woman from Buffalo was crossing Main Street at Youngs Road when she was hit by a Hyundai Sonata. A 19-year-old was driving, and police say neither he nor his passenger were hurt. But the woman is at ECMC being treated for injuries to her head and spine. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. No one has been charged yet, but anyone with information or video should call Amherst police. Also in Amherst, police are looking for this person right here, 18-year-old Binyam Brugger. Police say there are concerns about his safety. He was last seen around 3:30 in the morning on Tonawanda Creek Road and Orbit Drive. Brugger may be wearing a gray winter parka with a hood and a Buffalo Bills t-shirt underneath. If you know anything about his whereabouts, you should call Amherst police. Hospice providers and advocates are calling on Governor Kathy Hochul to sign new legislation. The bipartisan bills passed by the state Senate and Assembly would ban the establishment, construction, or increased capacity of hospices that are for-profit. Advocates say these for-profit centers have less skilled members, high complaint rates, and provide fewer services. One state assembly member says everyone has been touched by hospice in some way.
Hospice provides patients and their families with exceptional service during the most physically, spiritually, and emotionally challenging times of their lives. As our loved ones approach end of life, the quality and effectiveness with which these services and care are provided cannot be compromised. That is why I voted in favor of the Hospice Integrity Act earlier this year, and it is why I am here today with colleagues to encourage the governor to sign it into law as soon as possible.
And nonprofit advocates say that for-profit hospices do not offer substantial training, research, or charity care. It is 9:07 now on Daybreak, and we're gearing up for a really busy night in the city of Buffalo. There are going to be a lot of things happening downtown that'll bring tens of thousands of people into the city, a lot of whom might be unfamiliar with navigating and parking downtown. And if that's you, you'll want to be prepared ahead of time. First up, Bills offensive lineman Deion Dawkins is getting the key to the city this evening. There's a big ceremony from 5 to 7 this evening in Niagara Square. Thousands of people are expected to go to see Dawkins get the key, along with have some photo ops with Dawkins drifting cars. That was a big part of Hard Knocks. And a performance also from NBC's The Voice finalist Sydney Sterlace. By the way, the last time a Bills player got the key to the city was in 2009. That's when Terrell Owens received it the day he got off the plane to come to Buffalo. He got the key to the city. And then in 2014, Terry and Kim Pagula got it the day that Harbor Center opened. And at 8 p.m. tonight, Paul McCartney will bring his Got Back tour to KeyBank Center. And there are still some tickets available on Ticketmaster. They're going for about $200 a piece. And then for our theater fans, the 3-week run of Wicked continues at Shays. If you see some of the buildings lit up in downtown Buffalo lit up green tonight, it's in honor of Wicked. The curtain goes up tonight at 7:30. And again, these events are sure to attract huge crowds to downtown Buffalo. To make things easier, the city is going to be closing some roads and adjusting traffic patterns. And we spoke with the acting mayor about it yesterday.
Niagara Square will be closed off tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Obviously, there'll be construction of the stage out front and everything. We're expecting a large crowd. A lot going on down there, music, food trucks, things like that. So we'll have the square closed off for the day tomorrow. But again, so we encourage anyone that maybe has to come into downtown, please look in advance of where you're going and any additional time delays it might create for you.
A really good alternative to driving and parking, you might want to consider taking the Metro Rail. We've got more information about what you need to know about this weekend's busy event schedule on our website, WGRZ.com. You see the QR code there at the bottom of your screen. If you scan it, it'll take you to that story on our website with all the info about tonight's events and this weekend's events in downtown Buffalo. And speaking of Wicked happening downtown over the next few weeks, Well, Natalie Foss has been able to cover some pretty cool stories regarding this run of Wicked at Shays. Earlier this week, you were there talking to the crew that was setting up a really quick turnaround to get these 13 tractor trailers into Shays.
30 hours.
30 hours, which is not a lot of time to set up the stage for flying Elphaba and Glinda in her bubble. But yesterday, you got to spend some time with Elphaba to see the process of going green.
Yes.
And Natalie was so excited about this because you've seen the show how many times?
Last night was my 7th time seeing the show.
Oh,
It was
my
mom's
goodness.
8th.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
And of course, you love the movie too. And the movie itself, Wicked for Good, the second part of the stage production, that's dropping in theaters next week.
Yes.
So a lot of Wicked buzz going on. But what was your experience like in the dressing room behind the scenes?
So amazing. So when we first got there, they let us know that we were originally going to meet Principal Jessie Davidson, but she actually ended up having to call out sick. So they last minute did decide to allow us to come in. Adelina Mitchell, who is the standby, was very gracious and allowed us to come in and still do an interview with her. And she was so cute and so excited and a little nervous.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure she's nervous to step in and actually do the show. And then it's like, oh, and we've got the Channel 2 news crew here who also wants to see you put your makeup on as you're getting ready to go on stage.
Yeah, and we're going to ask you all these questions about your life and about how nervous you are to go on. And she was so sweet, and they talked all about the greening process. It takes about half an hour, so they go in about half hour before the show. And her makeup artist, Tish Ferguson, says that they usually takes about 20 minutes, but she can do it in 7 minutes.
I would have thought it would take a lot longer to get green.
Yeah.
So that really shocked me that you said it's like right before the show.
Yeah.
So does she do the makeup and then hair and costumes, or
Yes.
is makeup last?
Yeah, so they do the makeup first, and she only gets about midway, like right above her chest and up on her face, so like her ears, everything like that. But then her hands also get green.
Right.
The rest of her, because it's covered mostly by her costume, she wears a green bodysuit.
Oh,
and it matches the green paint. So luckily it's not like full body green paint, because I feel like that would be a lot. But yeah, 20 minutes, she can do it in 7, because sometimes standbys have to go in the middle of a show.
Oh, if Elphaba's voice, if she's not feeling very strong, or if she,
Yeah. So if something happens, she'll have to go in the middle of a show. And Tish said that when that happens, it's like all hands on deck. Everyone grab a green paintbrush and let's go.
And it was fascinating to me, being in theater, we know that usually understudy is the term for someone who is waiting to get their chance to be the principal or to go in and play the lead character. Standby is very specific though. This is different than understudy.
Yes, so Adelina originally came onto the tour actually as an understudy. So she was in the ensemble every night. She played the Pink Beret character, which we talked about earlier. We nerded out about that earlier. But the Pink Beret ensemble track also covers Elphaba as an understudy. Standby, though, is the first call. So Adelina now is the standby. She only plays Elphaba as a standby. So if the principal goes out, Adelina is the first call in. For some reason she can't make it, then they call the understudy up from the ensemble, and they'll either have someone swing into the ensemble role, or that's a track that doesn't necessarily need to be on stage that night in an emergency.
Got it. Okay, so Adelina went on as Elphaba yesterday, right as you were watching her do her makeup, and then she went on and did the matinee.
She did the matinee and last night as well.
Oh, wow.
And 7:30.
Okay. So we know how she gets green.
Yes.
How does she not get green? How she get it off?
This was so funny because I asked her when she does a 2-show day, does she leave it on? I was like, do you just leave it on? She's like, I absolutely do not leave it on. She's like, I like to go and get dinner with my fiance and have a normal life and take it off. She's like, it's like taking your regular makeup off at the end of the day. She uses this special soap that the Elphabas have kind of figured out works for them. It's called Green Clean, and at least that's what they call it.
Okay.
And so she'll go and she'll take it off in the shower. And she did say that like you might find little shreds of green like behind under your fingernails, behind your ears, all those little places. But she said she's still trying to perfect her craft on getting the green off, which is fun.
And you also said that, and I didn't realize this, that this second half of the show after intermission, Elphaba is even more green than in the first half because she's becoming more safe in her skin, right?
Yeah, so the first half of the show, Elphaba, all she wants to do is not be green anymore. And so she's like this lighter green, she's younger. And then in the second act of the show, she finally says, you know what, I'm Wicked, I'm gonna own it, I'm the green girl. And so her green gets deeper, she gets like fake eyelashes, her hair comes down, and she really is coming into herself as the Wicked Witch, which is cool.
And then you also said that all of the Elphabas need to be the same color green, which my skin tone is different than your skin tone, and there are black Elphabas too, where the green has to be adjusted.
Yeah, Tish was telling us that they didn't realize it until they had a woman of color playing Elphaba for the first time, and that the green isn't going to be the same shade as it would be on Adelina or on you or I or something like that. So they do make adjustments for each Elphaba so that they are all the exact same shade of green.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yes, I love that. I love all of these little tidbits that you think you know the show so well, but you don't know all of the minutia that goes into making it so perfect. And you said every Wicked show is the same across the board, no matter what city it's in, no matter if it's Broadway or off Broadway, each one is the same. The choreography, the costumes, everything is exactly the same.
Yeah, it's similar to Lion King in that way, where everything is exactly the same. So it is kind of cool to think about how we were talking about during COVID, when people were out, people were sick, things like that. Broadway would have to call people up. And so you could be on the national tour of Wicked as Elphaba one day, or as the Elphaba standby one day, and then Broadway's going to call, you're going to swing up into Broadway for one night. So it is cool that, like, I'm seeing the same show as someone on Broadway, as someone in Korea, as someone in Amsterdam, and that we're all connecting in the same way.
And Wicked fans are really excited for the movie. Did Adelina talk at all about if she probably has not seen the new movie either? I'm
she
sure
hasn't seen it. She's definitely excited to see it. And I think we're all kind of waiting for the buzz to see if it's different than the ending in the stage show. And obviously I'm not going to give anything away, but they're adding songs to the next movie. The stage show ends differently than the book ends. And so there's a chance that the movie could change it too. She did say, which is funny because I asked the company manager, Steve Quinn, the same question. And I asked Adelina if she had seen a difference in their audience, because she got added in March of 2024. So she did experience audiences before and after. Both of them gave the exact same answer. A lot more young kids. And a lot more young kids dressed up in costume, which is cute. And they love it. They do say that it is recommended for kids who are 8 or older, just because some of this stuff can be a little scary. The flying monkeys can be a little frightening, but I mean, last night there were some kids that were definitely younger than 8, and they seemed to enjoy it.
Right, because they saw the movie.
Exactly.
So they kind of knew what to expect. All right, Natalie, thank you. And so you will be spending the rest of your morning here on Daybreak, putting together the final piece of your experience with Elphaba yesterday in the dressing room. And our Channel 2 News viewers can see that on our newscast later on today on Channel 2 and also on WGRZ.com.
So much to go through. It was so fun.
Yeah, awesome. Natalie, thank you so much. Stay with us. We'll have much more coming up after the break. All right, the Bills game is quickly approaching, and the Bills are trying to right the wrongs from last Sunday as they make their final preparations for the game against the Bucs. And we're still awaiting today's final injury report before the inactives are named on Sunday. We're watching a lot of names today. Tight end Dalton Kincaid was not practicing yesterday. He's dealing with a hamstring injury. Wide receiver Khalil Shakir and defensive back Cam Lewis were limited in practice. But listen to this good news. Christian Benford, Terrell Bernard, Joey Bosa, Teron Johnson, Shaq Thompson, and Dorian Williams, that's 6 players, all improved from limited participants
but all on
to
defense.
Full participants. Well, we need them back, right?
I know, but we don't have anybody on offense.
Right. Kickoff against the Bucs is slated for 1 p.m. But what about the new guy?
McCole Hardman.
McCole Hardman.
Yes.
Maybe he will step in.
He was what was he?
A wide receiver
for the
Chiefs.
Arizona for oh my gosh,
the Chiefs
from Kansas City, like up until like a day ago. So he got to Buffalo 24 hours ago, learned the system, learned the playbook. But we might not have a choice. Gabe Davis, him, and then who else?
Jan Coleman.
And
forgettable.
I don't. But it's just I feel like. He got a nice touchdown last week, but it seems like he's just not getting open, and he's not maybe the star that we thought he could have become.
Do you write him off, or do you keep giving him chances?
I think
How many chances do you give him?
Okay, do you remember the first time, who's our running back? Our running back.
I know.
I'm just
I know.
Like,
What are you?
James Cook. The first time he was given the ball as a rookie, he
dropped it.
He fumbled.
Yes.
What did they do? They sat him out for a play and they put him right back in. They gave him back the ball.
Yeah.
It kind of, I don't know. Sometimes.
But how many chances do you give Keon
That's
Coleman?
true.
And
That's
also,
true.
he had that whole series that he had to sit out because he was being punished, and we still don't know what that was about. So, is his head in the game? Is
Right.
Did he lose confidence? I mean, if he's not
That's
playing
true.
to the standard that he thinks he should be, then maybe he lost confidence in himself. And that head game.
Boy, do I know it. Yes. When you get up there and you mess with that.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you can remind me my kids' names, sometimes I forget. It's Francesca and William, right?
Yep, that's right.
We sometimes at the end of a Friday just kind of have a tough time recalling the obvious.
Right.
Okay, move on.
We'll recall other things coming up after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back, 924, 42 degrees. We're celebrating Western New York this morning, and if you're looking for something to do indoors, you might want to head to Explore and More Children's Museum, which is transforming into a mini golf course. I love mini golf. And they've got mini golf for kids, and then they've got it for adults, too. Daybreak's Kevin O'Neill was there this morning.
4 times and failed. But enough about marriage. Let's talk about miniature golf now. I'll give it a shot at the end of the segment. I'm here with my 2 new friends and a guy who did accomplish the feat, Chris Rendeck. Nice to see you. How you doing?
Great.
All right. So first of all, hi. Nice to see you.
Hi.
Joanna.
Yes.
So what room are we in here? This is a room I've never been live from.
This is the new M&T Bank Celebration Room. As you can see, it's very festive, and this is where we host birthday parties, a lot of different programming, camps. There's a lot that goes on in here, and now it's mini golf.
And new additions over the winter?
Yes, we are bringing a new exhibit in December. Reimer is going to be redoing our frame house, learn all about plumbing and HVAC, and
Okay.
then January we have a new dairy exhibit.
Oh, awesome. Looking forward to it. Okay, so this is going to be a fun weekend. First of all, it's going to be adults only Saturday.
Yes, so 4 and More is our adults only party here at the museum, all mini golf throughout the museum. So that's 6 to 9, so teams, you can sign up right now at our website, exploremore.org. And then Sunday morning, we're opening it up to families, registration only, so tea time start at 9:30.
Okay, Pete's going to ask, is there going to be like a bar?
Tomorrow night
Yeah.
for the adults? Absolutely.
Okay, good. Okay, fantastic. And then on Sunday it's open up to the kids, not the bar, the miniature golf.
Miniature golf only, yes.
Okay, great. All right, here I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so how can people get tickets?
Exploremore.org, you can register your foursome for the adult night and your family.
All the holes aren't this treacherous.
We've said one is diabolical tomorrow, we've heard, but this is not the diabolical one. This is just tough.
This is going to be very tough. Okay, here, come on. Get there, all the way. Come on, get in there. Oh! When the pressure is on. When the pressure is on, that's when the Kev comes through. Now it'll take me 7 shots to get to the green.
That was so great. That was live this morning.
Oh, that was the, okay, that was
live
a number.
shot.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought maybe he made it again.
No, well, he made it again.
He did,
Later
okay.
on in the show.
Okay.
But yeah, we were all dying over here, like so excited for him.
I have not played golf with Kev. You have. He's a pretty good golfer.
He's a good golfer.
Yeah. Cool.
He's very, very good. And he's a good putter too. That was great. Okay, one more story we want to get to this morning. Deion Dawkins getting the key to the city today.
And apparently the Niagara Square has already been shut down.
Right, 9 to 9,
Right.
9 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's shut down because they're putting up a stage. There's going to be a lot of festivities. And Deion Dawkins is great. He always gives to the city. He has his Deion Dreamers Foundation. He really walks the walk. And so you always see him not just going to events and then leaving as soon as he gets there. He wants to talk to fans and talk to kids and make a difference. And so it's wonderful that he's getting the key to the city. Terrell Owens got it the day he got off the plane to Buffalo.
Now,
that didn't work out very well.
in his defense, and I wasn't here for this, isn't it true that Terrell actually did play pretty well the one season he played for
But
the
he
Bills?
got like 800 yards the entire season.
Oh, it wasn't.
It wasn't spectacular at all.
Okay.
Then Terry and Kempagula got it in 2014. The only other person who got it was a Olympic rower from Western New York, and he got it in 2008. But I was asking all of you on social media yesterday on Facebook and Instagram, who do you think deserves a key to the city? And so I did get a lot of responses, and I'll read some of them to you right now. Danielle Metro said that the Goo Goo Dolls should get the key to the city, especially because they're hosting a concert to give back to the community. That's next week. They're actually doing 2 shows, a fundraiser for Feed More Western New York at the Town Ballroom next week. So yeah, the Goo Goo Dolls are great representatives of the city and always just good ambassadors and have made it so big. So I think that that's a good one. Another person said any local person who devotes their time and effort to better the city at the grassroots level. So a little generic there. Ron Reeb said Scott Beeler for all of his generosity. He's a huge philanthropist and one of my favorite people in this town. So yeah, I definitely think that Scott Beeler is deserving. He loves this city and does so much for so many people. A bunch of people mentioned the Buffalo Bandits. Some said the whole team. Others said John Tavares, the coach, who is the highest scoring NLL player ever with the National Lacrosse League, spent all of his time here in Buffalo. So those were good. And then Clay Basil said Steve Tasker, because he's overlooked for the Hall of Fame for too many years, even though everyone knows he's deserving. So the key to the city will say to the world that Buffalo hasn't forgotten Steve's accomplishments. Most people, of course, said Josh Allen should have the key to the city. And
I think, though, these are all very good.
Yeah.
But what comes with it is what you kind of do with that. You know, you get the key, and then you don't just like take off and like, oh, that was fun.
Exactly.
Like you've been given an honor, right?
Yeah.
So how do you further that spotlight and continue the causes that you've had for the city moving forward?
That's
right?
a really good
Because
point.
Terrell, he just kind of left.
Yeah, I never saw Buffalo again.
Never saw him again.
Do you have anyone who you think?
I love the Steve Tasker because I feel like he had every opportunity to maybe leave, but he stayed.
Yeah.
He's put a spotlight on Western New York for a long time. So I think Marty is a good one. Biron is maybe but no, I think it's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, it really makes you think. Yeah. Even Travers was an interesting.
Tavares, yeah. So if you want to let me know what you think. The posts are still up on social media. Have a great day, everybody, and go Bills.